The Springs Preserve's new Waterworks exhibit features dynamic, hands-on experiences that will engage visitors in the inner workings of water resource treatment and delivery in southern Nevada. From a boat trip on Lake Mead to test tube sampling in a laboratory, follow water as it flows from lake to tap. Ever wonder where your water comes from when you turn on the faucet to brush your teeth? Or how water travels miles uphill from Lake Mead to your kitchen tap? What about the taste of your drinking water? You can find the answers at the Springs Preserve's newest interactive exhibit, Waterworks.
Well, Waterworks is one of the only places in southern Nevada that you can get a behind-the-scenes look at how water gets from Lake Mead to your taps. Some of the key themes that we explore here are water treatment and water testing. So there's some behind-the-scenes laboratory experiments that you can conduct that are kind of like what happens in our laboratories back at the Southern Nevada Water System. We also look at distribution of water from Lake Mead to major reservoirs and pumping stations throughout the Las Vegas Valley. What kind of energy does it take to get the water to those facilities?
Waterworks is located in the Charleston Heights Pumping Station, an operational water pumping facility owned and operated by the Las Vegas Valley Water District. The facility houses water infrastructure, including pumps, pump controls, and water service monitoring equipment. The pumping station is adjacent to a 20 million gallon water storage reservoir located underneath the Springs Preserve guest parking area. Together, these facilities support reliable, high-quality water service and delivery to area businesses and residents.
Water is a really important part of our history here in southern Nevada, and some of the earliest water facilities were developed right here on this site. The property has been a major hub for water distribution within our community. So we built this facility with the concept of having the public be able to tour it in mind. So years later, we have invested the time and the resources and the talent to be able to curate an exhibit that interprets our water history, that showcases the important processes and steps that go into making sure that we have a safe and reliable water supply.
Learning about water is exciting at Waterworks. The exhibit is overflowing with interactive features that trace the path of the Colorado River from the Rocky Mountains to Lake Mead, and how water is then pumped, treated, tested, and delivered to customers. Visitors can touch replicated quagga mussels, examine rock samples excavated from hundreds of feet below Lake Mead's surface, and look at harmful water contaminants using a microscope.
This is one of the first places that our visitors will come to when they're visiting Waterworks, and this is our water quality laboratory. So some of the topics we're going to explore in this space are water sampling, water treatment, and water testing. So this is a recreated environment, but it's here to give our visitors a sense of what kind of tests that we're conducting in the laboratory, and it lets them roll up their sleeves and really get to look at some of the contaminants that we're looking for in the water quality samples that we take.
Waterworks dives deep into the water treatment process. Visitors can use their nose to detect the distinct smell of ozone, a powerful disinfectant that destroys waterborne pathogens, and see how unwanted particles are filtered from water. One of the exhibit's coolest features focuses on the third intake. An engineering marvel, the intake was constructed to protect southern Nevada's primary source of drinking water, Lake Mead. The third intake reaches the deepest depths of the lake and draws the cleanest, purest water, which is then pumped to one of SNWA's 2 water treatment facilities. Visitors can view artifacts from the construction project, including a man basket that lowered workers 600 feet underground, where they mined a tunnel that stretches 3 miles underneath the lake. A video provides insight to the dangerous conditions workers experienced over the course of the 7 years it took to build the third intake.
The third intake is really that one project which demonstrates our ability as humans to adapt to changing conditions. And really that is what we've had to do throughout our history. It's what we've had to do as we've responded to drought, is we've had to adapt to our surroundings. We've done it through things like our water conservation programs, doing more with less. And the third intake project really epitomizes our ability to respond to those changing conditions that have occurred throughout southern Nevada and throughout the Colorado River Basin. It takes hard work, it takes ingenuity, it takes looking hard at the situations that we face and coming up with solutions.
Waterworks explains how more than 6,500 miles of water transmission and distribution pipelines help deliver water to customers all across the valley. From the substantial energy needs to pump water uphill to Summerlin, to reservoirs that hold nearly 1 billion gallons of water, to more than 50 pumping stations that push the water out to residents, visitors will gain a better understanding of Southern Nevada's world-class water system. You can find Waterworks on the north end of Springs Preserve, just across from Boomtown 1905. The project was funded by a $1.25 million grant from OneDrop, with contributions from RBC Blue Water Project and $250,000 from the Springs Preserve Foundation. Raise your H2O knowledge a notch when you visit Waterworks at the Springs Preserve. Our hope is that you walk away with a greater appreciation for water and what's being done to protect it for you and your family, as well as future generations. Reporting for Waterways, I'm Jason Gifford.